That's better. Please stay, camera. Please stay. Okay. The next question is, would I rather win the lottery or have the perfect job? And I would much rather have the perfect job, because it's great to win the lottery. Don't get me wrong. If somebody needs that or whatever, can't work a job for some medical reasons or whatever, then that's great. But I'm the type of person who likes to stay busy all of the time. And I also like to know that I'm earning my money. I'm not just receiving it. I just really like to be able to say, I can buy this for myself because I earned it, because I worked really hard. Or, you know, if it's the perfect job, it's going to be something that I love, and I'm going to feel really lucky to be able to do every day the thing that I think is perfect. I couldn't get a better job. Couldn't get any more perfect than this. I would just love that, and I just couldn't feel any luckier than if I had the perfect job, and my perfect job would also include a good amount of income. And once in a while, if I wanted to buy something nice for myself, I could truly say that I earned that thing because I worked really hard and I have the perfect job and I'm really happy in life because this is everything that I could have wanted and more. If I could do anything all day long and money was not an object, what would I do? And I would definitely have my own jet and just go country to country to country. I would love that. I am a big traveler. Right now I can't afford to travel, but if it were up to me, that's what I would do. Even if it was just for a day and I could only experience certain cultures for, we'll say, 2 hours before I have to move on, I would be okay, because I would get to go back there one day, and I don't want to be the person who never gets to experience life outside of my state or culture or things like that. I really enjoy seeing, different cultures and buildings and things like that. I guess that's part of a culture. But what was the best gift that I've been given? I guess technically you could say my dog, because she started out being my brother's dog. Then the dog got to be way more than he could handle. And at the time, I was living at my mom's house and I was helping her with some very big things. Like I was taking care of my grandmother who was suffering from dementia, which was really hard, but I was taking care of her full time. I was also taking care of my newborn nephew full time while my brother's girlfriend went back to work and while my brother worked, and then taking care of both of my grandparents. My grandfather had suffered from a stroke, so he was pretty independent. He did a lot of stuff with helping me take care of my grandmother, but there were some things like he wasn't able to do, and so I had to take care of my grandma, and then my grandfather actually passed before my grandmother, so I was then taking care of my grandmother and my nephew pretty much by myself every day, sometimes overnight, and it was long nights because he would wake up like every half hour. He had really bad colic, and sometimes my grandma would just choose not to sleep at night and try to wander, and I'd have to get her up and, sometimes take her to the bathroom, because sometimes she would do that because she would have to go, and then other times she was just genuinely confused. So it was there were rough nights, but anyway, that's way far from the question. And at that time, I was kind of like stress overload, but then, my brother couldn't take care of his dog, and the dog was over there all the time with me because the dog has really bad anxiety, and I'm really good with dogs, so I was able to work with her and train her on some things and get her better, and she kind of helped me really not be so stressed. So I kind of got her slightly before I started taking care of my family members, so I had the time to train her and do those kind of things and help her get rid of the anxiety. So when it came time to me being really busy, she wasn't super demanding of my attention, and she kind of sat with my grandma and let her pet her and things like that. So I don't know, she kind of helped me be more happy and not feel like I'm on overload. And at the time, my mom was like, that's the last thing we need is, a dog. But for me, I feel like I always need a dog in my life because they just keep me calm and they keep me happy and they keep me thinking positive, and I don't know. So, yeah. He was like, you might as well take care of her because you're taking her to the vet and you're taking care of her. So he kind of gave her to me because he was working like a lot. The next question is, what's the worst gift I've ever been given? Oh my god, the worst gift I've ever been given. I thought this was going to be really easy. I think probably no gift. Does that count? Does no gift count? Because for some time I was in a private school and they decided that they were going to do, the homeroom was going to do like a Christmas thing, do like a Secret Santa thing. So I bought the person a gift that I drew the name for, and then of course nobody brought me a gift. Whoever drew my name didn't bother, or they forgot or something, but I didn't get a gift. So not that stuff is really that important. I don't care about that kind of thing. So I would say probably that. Probably not getting a gift, because at that time I was in 6th grade, and that's kind of around the time that I was being bullied and things like that. So it kind of didn't surprise me that I didn't get a gift, because at the time I kind of was like, who'd want to give me a gift? But then, it was just one of those things. I don't know. That would be the worst gift I've ever gotten, is just feeling left out as a kid like that. And so I didn't get a gift, and that was a bad feeling, because I'm like, I care about this person enough to get them a gift and make sure that they don't feel bad or left out, and then I got left out. But whatever, it's fine. I mean, as a kid, that stuff is like disappointing to feel left out, but for the most part I was still pretty laid back and didn't care. It was like, whatever. 2 pet peeves. One, what I said earlier, has to be the repeating myself 3 times. I don't mind repeating myself at all, but it's like so annoying to me. By the 3rd time I start getting annoyed, because if you say what one more time, I think I might, I don't know, just ignore you and just, yeah, I'd probably just like ignore you. If after the 3rd time I repeated myself, you said, what did you say again? I would just probably ignore you and walk away. Also a pet peeve. I think another pet peeve would also be somebody who assumes what I'm capable of. I was once in a job, I'm not going to say what company I was working for, but I was once in a job and it was a bigger corporation, and they decided that I needed to go in front of a panel and they were going to tell me the jobs I was capable of. I didn't like that, because I feel like no one knows my own personal limitations better than me. And when I interview with employers and things, I'm very open. I tell them, I don't lie about it. I don't try to hide it. I just straight out tell them that I don't have perfect vision, and that there might be some things I might not be able to see or be as successful at as somebody who has 20/20 vision. So for them to tell me that they want to put me in like this board meeting type thing where these people are going to determine my, physical limitations, my visual limitations is what I should call them. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all, because everybody always downplays what I'm capable of doing. I hate being babied. I like to be treated like everybody else. I don't like being called special needs. Yeah, I consider myself visually impaired. Yeah, those are my pet peeves, and I'm trying to not go on rants about them because I could. Some of the stupid stuff that people have done just really gets under my skin sometimes, but I just walk away. Walk away. If I could choose to have a superpower, what would it be? And I would say to be invisible, because at the same time, not only could you get away with hearing what people really think about you or certain situations, you'd be able to find out if people were lying to your face, if people weren't being totally honest with you about, I don't know, something as stupid as your haircut. You could turn around and be like, ew, my God, did you see her hair? I don't know, but I think it could be beneficial in terms of political things. Just, you know, go ahead and sneak into the White House and hear some things they got planned, and go to concerts for free, and so many things you could do being invisible. You could totally play pranks on somebody thinking that their place was haunted, and that could be really funny. I mean, I used to pull a lot of pranks. I might pull one on my roommate this April, because usually the past 3 or 4 years I've pretty much just done stupid verbal April Fool's things, but now that one of my friends lives with me, could be funny. Could be funny. I have something up my sleeve, so maybe stay tuned for that video. I have to figure out how I'm gonna film it and how I'm gonna do it, but yeah, stay tuned for that, because that will happen in April, definitely. I'm already starting to get some ideas. So, what's my favorite zoo animal? If I'm walking around the zoo, I really like standing and like watching the monkeys, because things like spider monkeys and things are most active. They're all over the place, and depending if you're lucky enough and you catch them at their feeding time, I don't know, they're pretty cute. And then I really just like watching the giraffes. I just love giraffes. They're really interesting animals that they only need like a half an hour of sleep. If I can run off of a half hour of sleep, oh my God, the hours I would get back in a day. But I think there are a lot of interesting facts, and I think giraffes are kind of underrated. Like, they're nobody's favorite animal usually, and I love them. And yeah. What is my favorite holiday? I would have to say Halloween, because I get to be somebody else. I get to dress wacky. I get to do like weird stuff and nobody thinks twice about it. Yeah. So it's also fun. I really like being able to scare the pants off of people. That's really amusing to me. And yeah, Halloween. And definitely Halloween. Thanks for watching my video, guys. It's longer than I thought, so part 3 is coming up probably tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys.